This should have been a dark corner. As you can see, it's not. It's not the background. This is a full screen black screen from Firefox. That's not the case. This, actually, it's not even better than my other one. It's pretty much the same. I thought it was better, but it's not. I was trying to fool myself into thinking it is, but it's not. This is what it looks like without the bezel. That's with the bezel. It's still there. No different. This is a whole new laptop that Framework sent me. Panels, touchpad here is better. The gap is less compared to the other one. My original one. Can't turn this one on anymore because, I already took out the SSD and the memory. That's the old screen. That's the new screen. And it's the same. Tried to take off the skin to see if I can reuse it, but can't. So I just left it on. There's now bumps and wrinkles on it. This was $60-something with tax and delivery and everything. It's probably around $70. So I'm not getting that back. I emailed Dbrand to see if they were willing to send a replacement. They told them my story, but I haven't heard back from them. This was on the 13th. So I think this is going to be the end of the story. I don't want to keep going back and forth. I mean, I'll send this video also to Framework at this point. Their support. I'm going to send this back, obviously, because this is an RMA. This is an advanced replacement, so at least they did that. I'm glad they didn't give up on me, at least, but I'm starting to give up on them. Unfortunately, giving up, from my point of view, means just stop fighting for myself. I'm probably one of the worst person to advocate for myself. Mostly because I feel like I'm just being an annoying person. But come on. I don't know. Nurav, I don't know if you'll ever get this. You probably don't get to see your own customers' responses and support. Customer support stuff. But dude, I don't know what else to say at this point. I'm actually literally in tears at this point because I'm giving up. And because I don't know. What else are you going to do? Send me another display? That's probably going to be the same. Is it going to be the same? I don't know. You guys can keep doing it. I mean, go for it if you can. Out of the frustration, and this is slightly my fault. Yeah, I did ding it up a little bit over here. That was my fault on that one, so I'm not going to blame them on it. But I'm so frustrated because all this back and forth moving and stuff. It may be a repairable laptop. It may be supposedly easier than your normal laptop to replace and move parts in and out. Honestly, not this one, I will admit, because the mid plate is one of the most frustrating thing because it's got a lot of screws and it gets stuck. I never really showed it to you, but you can get all the screws unscrewed and it won't come up because sometimes the screws go back in and you'll have to undo some of them and it still won't go up because you may fix one catching and then the other one will catch. It's pretty frustrating. The way I figured out how to do it is like lift it from the actual screws to pick it up. If it gets stuck, try to pick it up from that screw that got stuck, and it might help. What I'm upset is that it's kind of like the price. All told, it was about $2,700. You got to remember that I also paid for my own SSD and memory, so that counts. I think it was. I don't remember how much it was just by itself. I'll have to take a look. But I'm upset because this is kind of like a major purchase. This is a laptop I was hoping that would just be my last laptop. You know what I mean? it's upgradable. Next time, they get a new processor and this is getting too slow for me, I can always upgrade. When PCI Express 6.0 comes out or 7.0 come out, then, I can always upgrade with it. But I don't know, man. This is just getting me upset at this point because what's the point of that when your display is always going to have issues? And if there's a new upgraded display, which I shouldn't have to pay for to get a better experience, but if that ever fixes it, then great. But yeah, I don't have to. It doesn't help with the now. This is something I got to be looking at all the time when I use this damn thing. And it's just going to be a constant reminder that I made a mistake. A very, very expensive mistake. And so, hey, you know what? I am not going to downplay people who had a good experience with this. If you had no issues, I'm not saying, you should feel bad about your purchase. If you feel great, great. Problem is, this is my personal experience with the 16. And your experience should not negate mine and vice versa, right? I don't feel like I'm attacking the laptop or your favorite thing, because a lot of people, they do that. They think just because someone's having, it's like having a bad review or whatever of their whatever, that they're attacking them personally. It's not. I'm not attacking you personally, so don't talk shit about, like come hate on me or anything. But put yourself in my shoes, like for real. $2,700. March 3rd is when I finally received it. Batch 5. It's now December. We're almost going into 2025 in January, and I still don't have a satisfactory experience with this product. Gaps are still there. Rattling noises. It's still better than that, if you can believe it. Screen is still the same. I thought it was better. I was wrong now that I'm looking at it. Especially at the same lighting conditions. I was looking at it during daytime. Yeah. If this is supposed to be normal, some people are saying no, mine isn't looking that bad in the forums and in Reddit. Some are saying this is normal. I don't think it is, because I know what LCD glow is. I have multiple laptops. I go through a lot of them. I have a lot of displays. Even cheap ones from like the cheapest model, because it's supposed to be a budget display. They look better than this. They look better than this display. Even at the brightest at 100% with the black screen. Yes, there will be glow, but they're not like this. Okay? They're going to be a lot more gradual, so it's not like pronounced. My TV, okay, when it's all black, has it. I know it does, but it's not this pronounced. It's not that bad. When it's completely black, you can see a little bit on the sides and stuff, but it's not like this. And so when you're watching movies, when there's black bars, it doesn't take away from the content. This does. Okay? Here it's just a black screen, but look, there's content. Can you not unsee those? Content being, my wallpaper. And it's a lot worse not in camera. It's harder to show. See, it looks like it has a bluish tint to it. It's not. In real life, this is nice and black right here, around here, just here, here, and here is completely black. This is completely black right there. Slight glow over here, because that's just the way they did it. It's completely black down here, except for here. Those are kind of like where the lighting is shining down. That's kind of like the way the picture is showing. But this is supposed to be completely dark in the corners, because it's supposed to be like a spotlight effect. And this is the menu. That should be completely dark. That's not part of the background. Also, I did the Cinebench R23 benchmark. When I got this one earlier, I was getting 16K. And when I did this one, this is brand new, it was 14.7K. I was like, wait a minute, why is this one worse? So I put my stuff back on this one, and now that one's 14.7K, which means that the thermal interface did migrate or pump out. This one's already been pumped out even when new. Now, I'm not going to be fretting about that because they say that they were going to give us the PTM thermal pads to replace them with. So hopefully that will bring the performance back up. I'm a little afraid though, because even though this is, again, repairable, supposed to be easy, you know, like, it's not that easy, guys. I'm 45. My hand-eye coordination is not as good as it used to be. I found it very, very hard, which is why I had all this small scratch there. I don't have the dexterity as I used to. And it is tough to get those small things out. So I'm really afraid of what the steps are going to be to get that thermal paste replaced, that liquid metal. So what I'm going to say is, at the end of the day, if you already own one and it works great for you, I'm so happy for you. For those who went through this and already returned it, I think you did good, because it would have been like Russian roulette for you if you kept going to the point where it would be past your return date. Elevated System returned his and got a refund. I didn't, because I was kind of grabbing on hope, like, eventually, you know, this is replaceable, this is repairable, eventually they'll get the right parts together. It's already, you know, almost a new year. And improvements from between this one, this is so minor. Gaps, that's it, was the one thing, but it still rattles. Display, I had one good display until they scratched it. That's why I was so afraid of returning it for repairs. It was so close to being perfect, this guy. The only thing was the panels, and I did not want to send it back just for that. They wanted it back, so I sent it back. They got it. It's a little better, but there were still gaps. It was better than what I had before. I was going to be okay with that until I noticed there were scratches on my display. They replaced the display, and then it was really bad. And now I was back to square one with the display. And then they sent a whole new laptop, and then I was like, one of the things I was afraid about a whole new laptop was this, like, whole new set of problems. That is not the same as what it was in here. I mean, yeah, you can still move it, but it's, as you can see, I can't move it as fast because it's got resistance. But this, no resistance here, but resistance here. So yeah, a whole new set of problems. And I'm out the $70 from the D-brand scheme. That's not on them, but it's still very, very frustrating situation. If you haven't bought a 16 yet, don't. That's my recommendation. I know that we are all for repairability and upgradability and all that stuff. Just wait. Maybe wait for another year or two. Get an equivalent laptop that's not repairable, but still from a good brand that you know and trust, with the same specs or better, for the lower price. Because right now, this is not it. Not for the price that you're going to pay, because you're going to be paying double. If you're looking for a smaller laptop that's not like the 16 where it's got DGPUs and stuff, yes, the Framework 13, it does sound like it's a good, safe bet, especially since we've been through 3 generations in 4 different platforms. I'm not saying Framework is a bad company. I'm just saying that the 16 is not there yet. I do want them to succeed, and I want this product to succeed. I don't know how they're going to do it. Better tolerances, better QA, better QC. But this first generation, no, not it. For those who already have it and actually going through the same situation as I am, where they're no longer able to return, but they're not satisfied. I'm sorry, I have no idea what to say to you, because I'm in that same boat, which is why I'm kind of in this mental breakdown kind of situation. I just feel like I'm trapped in this. I feel trapped with this product. I can't return it for a full refund. I have to live with my mistake. I feel like this is a mistake. This is a nearly $3,000 mistake. You can hear it in my voice. I'm kind of breaking up on that. And all I can hope for is in the future, when new parts come out and new upgrades come out, they're going to be better tolerances and everything. And then eventually, maybe if I start upgrading, they have a better display I upgrade to, and that clears this up, hopefully. It's the only thing I can hope for. I know it's like, now it's more of like sunk cost fallacy, or whatever you guys want to call it. I have to live with this. Now I can't, there's no recourse. I'm just going to have to keep going forward with this or sell it. But when you sell it, you're not going to get the same, price that you paid for it. So I think I'm just going to have to keep moving forward with it. Again, I'm hoping somebody at Framework has a better solution than just to send me another display. We'll see what they say about it, if they want to keep sending it. When I say I give up, I mean I'm mentally shut down at this point. I don't know what to do. I feel hopeless, I feel hopeless. This does not... Every time I see this, every time I use it, there's an air of regret. There's an aura of regret. I sigh every time I come to this laptop and I have to use it. It's like, it works. It does what I need to do, of course. Actually, there is a point. Actually, this one shut off without any warning on me, and I lost work. It only happened the one time, and that destroyed my trust in that one. One of the reasons why I did decide to keep the new one is because I'm hoping that one doesn't happen. It only happened once on this one, but just having it happen one time is enough to destroy my trust. So I'm just hoping that this doesn't happen to this one, which again doesn't help with it doesn't help me feel confident with my purchase. I just feel a lot of regret. I'm going to start repeating myself at this point. But, yeah. I'm done. I'm so... This is my new laptop. I bought it. I have to live with it. I don't like it. I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid it will shut off on me in the most inopportune time. And there's no logs. It only happened once in this one. And it only happened just before I started I wanted to swap parts on that one. So just before this laptop, the new laptop came, it happened. That happened. So that's why it freaked me out, because that never happened before. So now I cannot trust this, even though this one hasn't yet. So, but think about it. Like you know what? I'm not gonna keep going anymore. This is getting too long. Trust's been broken. That's all I have to say. Trust has been broken. You know, from the quality to the random shutdown, even though it's not this specific unit. I don't know. I don't know.